guys, what's up? I'm Sandra.
And I'm Ryan, and we are
Couples Magic.
So today we are doing the breakdown on Sandra's deck here. So she's going to explain what her deck's about and what cards she has in her deck and what her deck has to offer.
Alright, so my commander is Callie of the Vast. Whenever she attacks, I can put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from my hand onto the battlefield, tap, and attacking that opponent, which is great. So I have a lot of big creatures in my deck that can really do things and do counters and a lot of amazing things that can really kill people really early. As long as I get her out.
You said enough reallys?
Turn 4. Next we have a human cleric, Soul Warden. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life. Great, we all love a lifelink.
Another creature enters the battlefield, as in
Opponents,
mine, anybody's.
Yep. Next we have a sorcery. I get to destroy a target artifact I don't control, plus it has overload, so I can actually destroy all target artifacts I don't control if I pay the overload cast, mana cost. So we got that there. Then we have Gamble. Gamble is really risky. Duh.
Well, obviously.
Just another tutor in the deck. Her deck has a lot of tutors, so she's going to be searching up her library for things that she needs. Some graveyard hate, whatever she needs to do to screw up my game plan.
Next, we have an instant. I get to exile a target creature, and its control gains life equal to its power, so that's
Source
great.
of Plowshares, great card.
Alright, so next we have an instant, just another tutor to get a card into my hand. That there. Next we have land tax. Love this card whenever I'm mana stuck, dry, whatever.
Mana screwed.
Mana screwed. We're all mana something.
On to the 2-drops.
Yep. So we have first creature 2-drop.
Unwire Militia Cap.
Yep. I have to have 4 creatures or more to transform her.
And when he transforms, he or she, I don't know. He, she.
It's a she. Ryan, it's a she.
I'm sorry.
Alright guys, so this is what she looks like when she is transformed. Her power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. Plus, at the end of my end step, I get to put a 1/1 white and black human cleric creature token onto the battlefield. So, she generates some tokens. It's fun. Next we have another lifelink.
So you're a priest.
Whenever, let's say, my opponent casts a creature, they will lose a life.
Whenever you cast a creature?
I will gain life.
Okay, next is Ariok Champion.
Yep, protection from black and red. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life.
That's opponents, and...
Yeah, so this card.
We have Daxos Blessed by the Sun.
And whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, I gain a life. Next we have
Grand Abolisher.
Yep, and during my turn, opponents can cast spells or activate abilities of artifact, creatures, or enchantments. So this is a really good card.
It pretty much stops me from doing... Oh, well, it stops anybody from doing anything on her turn just in general, which is great because a lot of times when you're playing Magic, you just want to play your turn and not be interrupted.
Right? I know. Like, rude. Alright, next we have...
Cut to Ribbons.
Yep. So this is pretty cool. 4 damage to a target creature, and then I get to do an Aftermath.
Aftermath is you can cast it from your graveyard.
And then exile it afterwards.
Yep.
And each opponent loses 2x life, so that's good.
Each opponent loses X life. That is huge.
So imagine if they have 1 life, and then you just pull this card. If this card's in your graveyard, and you're just like,
bye-bye. Next, we have Demonic Tutor.
Yep, just another tutor. A tutor.
Just another tutor?
Yep. Just another card.
Art on that looks sick. Alright guys, so next we have Luminarch Ascension. Dear God.
Okay.
All right. So next we have Luminarch Ascension.
Yep, an enchantment card. At the beginning of, let's say, Ryan's end step, if I didn't lose a life, I get to put a counter on it. If I have 4 or more counters on it, I get to create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying, and I have to pay the mana cost. Okay, guys, so next we have
Lightning Greaves.
Yep.
Ooh.
and I get to equip my creature, and it gets haste and shroud.
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 Shroud means it can't be the target of any abilities or spells.
And
so she just puts this on her commander, and now I cannot touch it. So every time it hits me, she puts out a really big creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it's no fun.
I do want to mention, look at the boots. Like, did you guys ever watch Puss in Boots?
What a feast days, these boots are gonna walk.
I love that.
You, huh?
Oh my God! It actually looks like the Boots. All right. Next card is Edgewalker.
Alrighty, so this is a good card.
Any cleric spell in general. So her commander, for example, costs a white and a black less to cast. So basically, when he's out, all she has to do is pay 1 generic and 1 red mana to play her commander. So she can play her commander for 2 mana.
How awesome is that?
Just
I love this
disgusting. Disgusting. Get out of here. Next we have Hanwire Garrison. This card's really good. I really love this card.
Whenever he attacks, put a 2/1/1 red human creature token onto the battlefield, tap and attacking. So it's like, you know, he gets out there, then he has his buddies right next to him to support.
Also, this card does transform. We will show you that in a little while when we get through the lands. I'll just move this card off to the side for now. But it's pretty disgusting what it transforms into. Alright, so next, guys, we have Zathrid Necromancer. You can bash me in the comment sections if I screwed up the pronunciation. But anyways, get into it, honey.
Yep, whenever another human creature or him dies, I get to put a 2/2 black summon creature token onto the battlefield tap. So it's like I never really lose a creature.
Alright, guys, so next we have one of the new cards, Heliod's Sun Crown.
Ooh, so actually we did like a play test.
We were playtesting our decks.
And just
this
with the-
card is just so disgusting.
Okay.
Because if you haven't noticed already, she has a lot of life gain in her deck. So with something like Soul Warden, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, so she's probably going to be playing at least 2 creatures per turn once she has her commander out. So basically what it does is every time she gains life, she puts a 1/1 counter on something. That is absolutely disgusting. So
Right,
it's
so
like
it's like-
she has cards with lifelink, and it's just like she's putting like 1 or 2 counters on each creature a
Yeah.
turn, and it's just
Just because of
absolutely
this, because
disgusting.
remember, whenever another creature, so it could be opponent's creature, my creature,
Counter, 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 and over.
Yep. And this
Counters.
gets me creatures out for free, so counter. Oops.
Oh, dear God, you did it again, didn't you? Ay.
And it's only 3 mana cost.
And it's only 3 mana.
Oh, and also you can pay the 2 mana for another creature to gain lifelink until end of turn.
So there are 2 cards in this deck that absolutely drive me nuts, and it's the next one of them is the next card she's gonna bring out.
For 3 mana.
Next is Thalia Heretical Cathar?
Cathar.
Heretic Cathar.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
guess.
alright.
Creatures and non-basic lands your opponent's controls enters the battlefield tapped.
It's
So this is really good.
It's
so
very
imagine,
sad.
so imagine all the lands that they put tap. Oh, you forgot to tap that. Yeah, you need to tap that.
it's very, very frustrating. Next we have Mentor of the Meek.
This is a good card. If I put out a creature that's a 2/2 or power 2 or less, actually, under my control, I get to tap 1 mana and I can draw a card. So I kind of, when I have them out, I do rely on this just to draw me cards when I'm in a really stuck situation.
Nothing wrong with a little card advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Replacent Angel, or Replicant? Resplendent Angel. So this card is really disgusting. Like I said, she has a lot of life or life gain triggers in her deck. So she gains 5 or more life. She gets to put a
4/4 white angel creature token
with flying and vigilance onto the battlefield for free. The fudge. And if not, she can pay the 6 mana, or yeah, it's 6 mana, and this card or another card another card she controls gets +2/+2 and lifelink till end of turn. So she could just put it on that card and swing for 5 damage at lifelink. Nasty. Alright, so now we're getting into the sorceries and instants for 3 drops. So the next card we have is Last One Standing.
This is really cool. I like this. I like things where
it's
you
more
have
of
to
a
roll.
gamble. It's
I
really
know.
neat. Dice roll, please.
Right? It's so fun. I like things that gamble. Alright. Oh, that's that.
Well, you didn't even read the card.
Good. Oh, sorry. So, choose a creature at random, then destroy the rest.
Yeah,
So,
lovely.
yeah, live life dangerously sometimes.
Alright guys, so next we have Anguished Unmaking.
So, exile target non-land permanent, you lose 3 life. This is really good. I really hate his artifacts. So, this is where I would use
That's
this
how to
one.
get rid of them permanently.
Yep, or enchantment. He has some really...
Pretty bonkers enchantment.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
why I
not
said
even worried
bonkers.
about his creatures.
Alright, next guys, we just have another tutor, Idyllic Tutor. So basically it just goes searches up her
Search
library
for an enchantment card. And you guys are gonna know which is my favorite enchanted card.
Well, it's coming up. Alright, next is Chromatic Lantern, just a mana fixer in general.
Add 1 mana of any color.
Yep, and all lands have tap, add 1 mana of any color to, well, just add 1 mana of any color. So that's
Oh, that's what I just said.
okay. Next we have Linvala, Keeper of Silence.
And activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated.
Pretty disgusting
Yep.
for those mana abilities that some of my creatures have.
And she has flying.
And she has flying. Her whole deck has flying. It's so crazy.
Another good one.
Is Gisela the Broken Blade. It's another one of those transformation cards. It's pretty disgusting.
Yep, she has flying, first strike, and lifelink. And I get to transform her if I have her other sister.
Her
Half.
other half.
Okay, we're gonna say half. Exile them and then mend them into Bracella, Voice of Nightmares.
We will show you guys that later on in the video. So on to the next card. We have Utter End.
Yep, just another exile non-land permanent. That's always good.
And the most hated card.
My favorite enchantment.
My most hated card. Leyline of the Void.
Okay, so whenever it is in my opening hand, I may begin the game with it on the battlefield. So this is really good. I really hope for her every time. And if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead.
And my card likes to utilize the graveyard, so that's just a big middle finger in my face. Alright, next guys, we have Smothering Tide.
Yep.
Smothering Tide's a great way of just fixing mana in general for yourself. So
Yeah.
get into it, honey.
Yeah, whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a colorless treasure artifact token with tap, sacrifice this artifact and add 1 mana of any color.
Ooh, who doesn't want treasure? Crap. Alright, next guys, we have Angelic Accord.
Yep, and at the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 or more life, this turn create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying.
Pretty disgusting. All these lifelink, life gain, free angels, it's just annoying me. Alright, next guys, we have another one of the new cards from Theros Beyond Death.
Ooh, it's
Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. It's just another planeswalker. Go ahead, honey.
If you -1, up to 2 target creatures you control each get a +2/+1 until end of turn. If I -2, I get to create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. If I -3, I gain 5 life. And it has escape, so I can bring her back if I exile 4 other cards and pay its mana cost.
Pretty disgusting.
But she's good.
Alright, next we have another card from Theros Beyond Death. We have the Nyx Lotus. Actually, this card surprised me because with her deck, she has a lot of cards that have, how do you say it? Not generic mana. She just, a lot of double mana,
yeah.
or whatever you want to call it.
Triple?
Or triple.
Yeah.
Like a lot of her cards have double, triple mana, so she gets her devotion up very quick.
Especially with white.
Especially with white, so it's like this thing's tapping for 6-7 mana for free, and it's just like it's just disgusting. Alright, now on to the 5-drop. So next, guys, we have the Sandra Battle Seraph.
She has flying, players can cast spells during combat, so bye-bye
All the
instants,
instants,
flash,
board wipes with flash. Cyclonic Rift can't happen. Just disgusting.
And if I tap a red, target creature attacks this turn if able.
So next we have Ravos Soul Tender.
This is really cool because it gives my other creatures +1/+1, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I may return a target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. This is a really good card, especially when he's trying to mill me out. No
yeah,
baby.
she's just like, oh, I have this card, so now I'm going to get one of my big angels that you milled, or demons, or dragons, and I'm just going to play it for free with my commander.
Yeah, so he's basically just helping me.
Alright, next we have Indulgent Tormentor.
This is really good. At the beginning of my upkeep, you get to draw a card unless target opponent sacrifices a creature or pays 3 life. So this is really good. I like this.
Yep. So next we have one of my favorite angels of all time. We have Baneslayer Angel. Card's pretty disgusting.
Yep, flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from demon and dragons.
Yep.
You really need this. For my deck.
I have other ways of dealing with her deck. We'll get into that on Wednesday. Alright, so next, guys, we have Lyra Dawnbringer.
And she's other angels you control, get a +1/+1 and have lifelink. And she also has lifelink, first strike, and flying. So this is really good. I like this.
Alright, so next, guys, we have Yawgmoth's Vile Offering.
Yep, and this is really cool because I get to destroy one of his target creature or planeswalkers. And then I get to bring a target creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So it doesn't have to be my graveyard. It can be his graveyard too, or anyone's.
Alright, so next, guys, we have Urza's Ruinous Blast. Now this is just a disgusting card in general. So she has almost nothing but legendary creatures in her deck. So this doesn't affect her at all.
I know. Yep, and if I do cast this, I have to have a legendary creature or planeswalker to cast this.
Which doesn't seem to be a problem with her deck. She has a lot of legendary creatures. If you haven't noticed already. So basically it just exiles all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. Disgusting.
Yep.
Alright, guys, so we're back. We obviously ran out of room, so we're going to be going over the 6 drops now. Alright, so we have Aurelia the War Leader. This card is very gross, as well as all of her other creatures with flying and all that other shenanigans.
So something new about her that, all of my other creatures had flying, vigilance, first strike, lifelink. She has haste. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I can literally use this whenever at the first time, and then if I do attack for the first time each turn, I get to untap all my creatures
and attack again. Like, what the heck?
So this is actually really funny.
It's just like surprise.
So actually, like, story time. So Ryan had like 14 life, and I put this card out, and it was just enough to just kill him, and that was that 2 life. So this is really cool.
Yeah, that's
She
just
really
a,
saved
that's
me.
just a surprise. You're dead.
Or he really saved me. I don't know.
It's she.
She.
Aurelia. Like, come on, that's a girl name.
Sorry.
Alright, so next we have another card from Theros Beyond Death. We have Athreos, Shroud Veiled.
Yep, and then this is really cool. He's indestructible. And at the beginning of your end step, I get to put a coin counter on another target creature. And whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So, I don't just have to put the coin counter on my creatures, I can put it on his creatures.
Oh, so my commander. Oh, lovely. Oh, she has a Getrog monster. The heck? Alright, next we have Ob-Nixilis, the Unshackled. Pretty disgusting card. I really like this card because a lot of people go searching for lands and stuff like that. Whenever they crack a fetch, whenever they play a tutor, anything like that, they search the library, boom, they lose 10 life.
Yep. So I have a thing with him. I have a land card. I get to destroy a target opponent's land, and then
Each player searches their library for basic land
So
card.
what I like to do is place him down first, then I go do that, and then he searches his library, and then he just loses 10 life.
Yep, for no reason. Just, yeah, you lose 10 life.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, bud. And then he gets counters. He gets
Yeah.
bigger.
Yep, whenever another creature dies. Another creature, not my creatures, his too.
Alright, so next we have Harvester of Souls. This card is just another card advantage, card draw, whatever you
Yep.
want to call it. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you draw a card.
Yep, so imagine having these two out. Whenever another creature dies, I get to draw a card, plus I get to put a counter. Love.
She loves her demons and angels and dragons. You'll see the dragons soon.
There's only 2.
Yeah, there's only 2. So next, guys, we have Demon Lord Belzenok. Sandra's going to read you the text, and I'm going to try to explain it as best I can if you guys still don't understand it.
So yes, flying battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. And then put that card onto your hand. If that card's converted mana cost is 4 and greater, repeat the process, and he deals 1 damage to you for each card put into your hand this way.
So basically, you exile a card, right? If it's 4 or greater, you lose a life, it goes to your hand. If it's a land card, you lose a life, it goes into your hand. But if it's a non-land card, converted mana cost 3 or less, you lose a life, goes to your hand, and it stops the process. So this card can kind of kill you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Let's say if your life total is low, you might not want to play this card. But otherwise, if you want to get cards, if you want card advantage, he's a great card. We have Angelic Skirmisher. Ooh.
And at the beginning of each combat, I get to choose First Strike, Vigilance, or Lifeline. Creatures you control gain that ability until the end of turn.
Disgusting.
So, yay for me.
All these disgusting angels and demons and whatever. So next we have Chroma's Vengeance. It's wipe everything. Bye-bye everything except for indestructibles.
Yep, unless I cycle it for 3 mana, discard it, and then draw a card.
Yeah, awesome. And now we have pretty much another destroy almost everything. So next we have Austere Command. It's pretty much just another board wipe.
Oh, this is my favorite board wipe though, because I get to choose 2. And I usually try to do it against him, especially when he has
obviously.
well, yeah. But he has a lot of artifacts and enchantments, so that's mainly what I try to go for.
Alright, sorry about that. So now we're going to move on to the 7 drops. We have Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight.
Right, so this is a really cool card. So if a source would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, that source deals double that damage to that player or permanent instead. But if a source would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent that half. You get to prevent half of that damage rounded up.
Pretty disgusting.
Yep.
Just like all the other cards in our deck. So next we move on to one of the dragons.
Dragons.
Next we have
Balefire Dragon. Okay, so whenever he deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. Ooh.
So let's say she has Gisela out. That guy will end up dealing 12 damage. Yeah, bye-bye all other creatures. So next we have one of the new cards from this Theros Beyond Death. It's Terra Mountain Velis. And this is just an awesome card in general. He's just flying, double strike.
Yep, and if he enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn.
Gross.
That's it for the dragons.
That's it for the dragons. Sadly, we don't have more. We'll work on that. Alright, so next we have Demon of Loathing. Another new card from the Theros Beyond Death.
Yep, and this is a really good card because whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature.
Yeah, you got an indestructible god sitting there all alone. Bye-bye, indestructible god. Alright, so next we have Runescarred Demon. He's just a flying demon with a tutor ability. Yeah. So, yeah, she can go get her Leyline of the Void and screw me over.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah. Now, this card is another card I really don't like. Well, it's good for her deck versus mine in general. So next we have Angel of Glory's Rise.
So this is really cool if you're battling someone with a lot of zombies. Because I get to exile all of them when she enters, and then I get to return all my human creature cards.
Oh, you forgot she had humans? Yeah, she has humans too. Oh, let me bring back Thalia Heretical Cathar, or Heretic Cather.
So this really saves me a lot. This saved me many times.
Yeah, I have like a lot of zombies in my deck because it's a zombie themed deck. So, yep. Alright, next we have Angelic Arbiter. If there is one card that could be banned, I would want this card to be banned. It is just...
So each opponent who casts a spell this turn can attack with creatures, but if each opponent attacks with spells...
Attacks with a creature?
Yeah, attacks with a creature, they can't cast a spell.
The card shouldn't be legal.
Boom.
Alright, next we have Exquisite Archangel, I believe that's how you say it.
So if I would lose the game, instead exile this card and your life total becomes equal to your total starting life.
You thought you were gonna kill me? Boom! 40 life.
Yeah, so I actually...
What?
I have her, but I haven't really been able to use her.
Yeah, that's because I kill her before I end up dealing damage to her.
That's true. So I just want to use this card one time.
Might not be the best card in the deck. Maybe we should look for something new. Alright guys, so now we have the other meld to Gisela. This is Bruna the Fading Light.
Yep, and when she enters, I may return an angel or human creature from the graveyard onto the battlefield.
So remember when I said they meld? Get a load of this nugget. So now we have Brazilla, Voice of Nightmares.
Yep. She has flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, and your opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less.
Absolutely gross.
She's really cool though.
I love this card. Personally, is my favorite card from, well, favorite cards from Eldritch Moon. It's just, oh, I love that card. Anyways, next we have Sephira Sky's Blade.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alrighty, so she has flying and lifelink, and other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. So that's like,
yeah,
like more than half of my deck.
Another thing she can do is just pay 1 white mana, and tap 4 creatures she controls with flying and just play it. Like, what? This card costs 7 mana and you're just telling me she can just tap 4 flyers and be like, boom, here you go? Alright, so next, you remember how she has a lot of legendaries in her deck? Well, here's Primeval's Glorious Return.
So return all legendary permanent cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. So this was really funny because he thought he could win by milling me out, but when I put this card down, I brought back all my legendary creatures.
I'm just, yeah. Alright, next we have another demon that's kind of like Gisela, but this is Archfiend of Despair.
Alrighty, and opponents can't gain life, but I can. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn.
That's also gross. Alright, next we have a Chroma Angel of Wrath.
So flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red.
So the next card we have is Avacyn Angel of Hope.
And she gives all my other permanents I control indestructible.
Just another lovely card in her deck. Next we have Rhea Dawnbringer.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return a target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Lovely.
It's a really
And
good card.
the last card, which is another card from the newest set, we have Erebos' Intervention. And the only part she cares about is exile your opponent's graveyard. Well, not
Not
their
really.
whole graveyard, but
It's still good.
it's still good.
Yeah, so I get to only choose one. Either I get to put it -X on a target creature until end of turn, and I get to gain that X life, or I get to exile twice X target cards from the graveyard.
Okay, so next, guys, we're just gonna be doing a brief run through the lands.
Not all of them, just like the really cool ones.
Well, she's just gonna name them and just skip through them. There's some good ones in here, so yeah, stick tight.
Alright, so we got Command Tower. Tap that for any color. We got Nomad Outpost. And I put a red, white, or black, which is great. That's my commander. Next
Path
we
of Ancestry. This card, pretty much, she plays another human or a cleric. She gets to scribe one. It's great.
Then we got
Arid Mesa, Secret Foundry, Clifftop Retreat, Rugged Prairie, Bloodstained Mire, Blood Crypt, Dragonspell Summit, Graven Caverns, or Caverns?
dude.
Graven Caverns, okay. Marsh Flats, Godless Shrine, Isolated Chapel, Fetid Heath, Flagstone of Tokir. I'm sorry, I'm reading this from behind. Castle Ardenvale. I can't read that from here. Kabira Crossroads. Caracas.
Ooh, this is really good.
I hate that card. Oh, you want to play your commander? Back to your hand. Bajuka Bog. Yeah, that card exiles my graveyard. Castle Lochwin, Castle Embrith, Scavenger Grounds, exiles my graveyards. Viola Dead gives her all the zombies. Here's the other meld card we have. So now we're going to show you the melded version of Hanwire Garrison and Hanwire Battlements. So we got Hanwire, the Writhing Township?
Alright, so he has Trample Haste whenever he attacks, he puts 2/3/2 colorless
Eldrazi or creatures onto the battlefield.
tapped and attacked.
Pretty gross. We have Ancient Tomb. This card flips as well. Pretty much tap 5, sacrifice 5 creatures. She has a lot of humans in her deck, and then she gets another demon.
With flying, lifelink, indestructible, and haste.
I don't think she's ever flipped that.
I
Maybe
know.
once. Maybe once.
Yeah, I did actually do it once.
So yeah, there's that card that does the things. Field of Ruin. And then we have Reliquary Tower, Plains, and all the pretty lands. Yay! Poof.
Okay guys, so for this week's giveaway prize,
We have a Brawl deck.
And here, so you guys can see who it is. She has Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink, other creatures you control. With Flying, get a +1/+0 whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell. Create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with Flying.
Alright guys, so all you have to do to enter the giveaway is like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below whose team you want to vote to win. Team Sandra?
Yeah, guys, just leave a comment down below for Team Sandra, because we already got this. There's no chance. I want one of you guys to get this.
Or you vote for Team Ryan, which is me, and obviously we won the last one, so we're definitely going to win this one too. Whoever wins will get to pick one of their supporters, so make sure the comments are really spicy.
Also guys, if you do have an Instagram, go ahead and follow us on there. It's just another way for us to communicate with you if you did win. If you don't have an Instagram, that's okay. We will always contact you through your message, through your comments that you left on YouTube, in case you don't have an Instagram.
If you want to support our channel directly, please be sure to check out our Patreon. We actually got our first patron today. Big shout out to Nell Stash. He's one of our patrons that joined the tier where we give away one collector's box each month. So be sure to check that out. Alright guys, that does it for our video. Please be sure again to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you love it. Don't forget to vote Team Ryan or Team Sandra.
Team Sandra.
Team Ryan all the way. Alright guys, that does it for the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye!